Welcome to this video on understanding storage locations in OneDrive and SharePoint. If you're new to cloud storage, don't worry. We're going to walk through everything step by step. So, let's start with the basics and we'll build on that. On your computer, you're likely used to saving files and documents to places like Documents, stored on this PC. We can view files on the computer by using File Explorer. The icon for this should always be in the taskbar at the bottom of the screen. By selecting this PC in the left column, you will see any drives found on the computer. Sometimes this will only be hard drives physically inside the computer like local disk C. But the university also has some historic network drives like H drive, used for personal documents as you move between computers at the university, such as your desktop and the Downloads folder. And also the S drive and G drive, these are not locally inside the PC, but are on campus and are accessible when connected to the university's network. H drive will not be available on any personal devices, however, therefore using OneDrive for personal storage may work better. So, what is the difference between local and cloud storage? Well, we've explained that local storage is the data contained physically within the PC on its drives. Whereas cloud storage, on the other hand, means your files are saved online. This allows you to access them from anywhere, share them with others, and keep them safe even if your computer breaks. There are multiple ways to access these online areas, both in your internet browser, as well as syncing a cloud storage area with your computer's local drives. But we'll cover these in later videos. For now, we just need to know OneDrive and SharePoint are both cloud storage locations. OneDrive is your personal cloud storage space provided by the university. Think of it like your own filing cabinet. Only you can access it unless you decide to share a file or folder from it. It's perfect for storing your own documents, drafts, notes, or anything that doesn't need to be shared with a team. SharePoints are where shared files should live. It's designed for collaboration. So, departments and groups can work together on documents with ease, simultaneously working on the same document so that any changes to documents are immediately updated to others. But SharePoint isn't just one thing. It can appear in several ways depending on how it's created. The university already has a few areas active for staff use. Departmental sites. For example, you might see a site called a UOC Staff or UOC Public. These are managed by your department and used for shared resources. UOC Staff is set up with departments each having their own folder. Files can only be shared from here to other staff members, whereas UOC Public can share externally or to students as well. Team sites via Microsoft Teams. When a new team is created in Microsoft Teams, a SharePoint site is automatically created in the background. This is where all the files shared in that team are stored. Within a team site, you will have a different folder for each channel. Any files shared in the chat will go into a folder named after the channel you upload it to. Office 365 groups. If someone creates a group in Outlook or another Microsoft 365 app, a SharePoint site is also created. These are often used for small project groups or committees. It's important to know the difference between personal and shared storage areas. If you save a file to your OneDrive, it's private to you, unless you share it. If you save a file to a SharePoint site, it's accessible to others in that team, group, or SharePoint, unless you have some unique permission set up. Knowing where your file is stored helps you understand who can see it or edit it. Access methods. Now that you know where your files live, let's talk about how you can access them. There are three main ways to open and work with your files. File Explorer, this is the familiar folder view we referred to earlier. If you've synced to your OneDrive or SharePoint areas, they'll appear here just like any other folder. We'll cover how you can do this in a later video. Web browser, you can access OneDrive and SharePoint directly through your preferred internet browser. You will find a OneDrive and SharePoint icon in the waffle menu of Office 365. Microsoft Office apps, you can open files directly from Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. When viewing storage areas through an app, it will only be able to see files that are opened in that app, however. That's it for this video on storage locations and access methods. In the next video, we'll explore how to sync your OneDrive or SharePoint areas with File Explorer and make sure we know where that is on our computer. Click the image on screen now to watch the video or select from the chapters in the timeline to revisit any part of this video.